He spoke not as a ruler, but as a servant, not with the weight of authority, but with the tenderness of compassion, not from a golden throne, but from the quiet, sacred chambers of a heart fully surrendered to God. In the final days of his earthly journey, Pope Francis, shepherd of the weary, friend of the forgotten, and humble child of the divine, offered the world not a declaration of power, but a final breath of grace. It was not fear that moved his lips, nor pride that carried his words. It was love, deep, patient, unshakable love. And in that holy silence that surrounded him between this world and the next, he opened his heart one last time and spoke a message destined not for history books, but for souls. A message not meant to echo in grand halls, but to gently rest in the hearts of all who would listen. My dear brothers and sisters, his voice was soft, aged with time, but full of a clarity that pierced through the noise of this world. If these are my final words on this earth, he began, let them be words of peace. Let them be words that bring you closer to the heart of God. Let them echo what truly matters, not in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of heaven. He paused. The silence itself seemed to bow in reverence. What matters is not power, not wealth, not praise, not titles etched in stone or names etched in gold. What matters is kindness. What matters is mercy. What matters is love. A world in haste, a soul at rest. This world moves so fast, he continued, his eyes now lifted beyond time. People rush through life, chasing what cannot last. They argue over shadows. They build walls instead of bridges. They forget that the face they pass in the street is the face of Christ himself. He breathed gently, and his voice carried a holy stillness. We forget that when our time comes to leave, we carry nothing with us, not our homes, not our possessions, not even our achievements. The only things we truly take with us are the love we gave and the love we received. That is our eternal treasure, a journey with Jesus. I have made mistakes, he said quietly. I have failed. I have fallen short of the glory of God many times. I am no saint, only a sinner in need of grace. But I have always tried to walk with Jesus, even when the path was dark, even when I stumbled, even when I was afraid. His words rang with truth, not as a confession of defeat, but a testimony of trust. I want you to know, God is not far. He is not locked away in cathedrals or lost in the sky. He is close. He is closer than breath, nearer than the beating of your own heart. Where God dwells, God is in the poor, he whispered, as tears welled in his eyes. He is in the forgotten and the broken. He is in the one who sleeps alone on a cold street. He is in the quiet cry of the child who feels unseen. He is in the prison cell, the hospital room, the nursing home, the shelter, the battlefield, the refugee camp, the soul who feels unworthy. He leaned in, as if speaking directly to every listener, soul to soul. Go to them, sit with them, listen to their stories. Wipe their tears. Share your bread. Speak their name. Remind them they are not invisible, that they are loved, that they are not alone. Be the light. Do not wait for the world to change. He said, "You are the change. You are the light." Be the one who loves when it's hard. Be the one who forgives when it hurts. Be the one who builds when others tear down. Be the one who prays when others despair. Be the one who stays when others walk away. He lifted his hand gently, a gesture of both blessing and invitation. Be the hand that lifts someone who is tired. Be the voice that speaks hope into silence. Let your life be a prayer, pure and constant, not just in words, but in every action. Heaven sees every act of love, every small act of love, he said slowly, writes your name in heaven. Every gentle word, every kind deed, every moment you choose grace over judgment, every time you turn away from bitterness and move toward forgiveness. Heaven sees, heaven remembers. Forgive more, he urged. Judge less, pray always, and never, ever lose faith. Even when the night is long and the road is uncertain, the light will rise, his voice soften, as if wrapped in eternity itself. The light of Christ will always rise. No darkness can hold him. No grief can silence him. No pain can defeat him. He is risen. He is with you. He is coming again in glory. I do not fear death, he said, because I know where I am going. I go to the arms of the Father, the one who waits for each of us, not with wrath, but with mercy and joy. I go to the one who knows my name, who has counted every hair on my head, who has never stopped loving me, even in my weakness. A final blessing. He raised his hand one last time, trembling with love and light. My final blessing to you. May you walk in love. May you live in peace. May you seek the face of Christ in every person you meet. And may you never forget, you are deeply, endlessly, unconditionally loved. He paused, and in that silence heaven seemed to draw near. I will see you again, on the other side of this life, in that place where there are no more tears, no more sorrow, no more night. Until then, carry the flame of Christ in your hearts. Let it burn brightly, even when the winds blow. Let it shine through the cracks of your own brokenness. Let it warm the cold places of the world. Pray for me, he said softly, and I will always pray for you. A holy silence now. His voice is silent, but his message lives on. It echoes not in shouts, but in the soft whisper of love that moves through the lives he touched. It is found in the hungry man who was fed, in the frightened child who was comforted, in the lonely soul who was told, "You matter," in the one who heard for the first time, "You are loved." His final message was not carved in marble, but written in the hearts of the faithful. The shepherd remembered he was never the loudest, never the most powerful, but he was faithful, and he was kind. He walked humbly with his God. He listened more than he spoke. He gave more than he received. He served not to be honored, but to honor Christ. He walked with those the world cast aside. He saw heaven in the eyes of the suffering. And he reminded the church that holiness begins not in ceremony, but in compassion. The legacy of love Pope Francis, servant of the servant king, messenger of peace, father to the poor, friend of the stranger, shepherd of the lost. He leaves behind no empire, only echoes of love. He leaves behind no crown, only a cross. He leaves behind no legacy of conquest, only footprints of grace. He is now home, home in the embrace of the Father, home in the chorus of angels, home in the eternal communion of saints. But his light remains, carried now not by one, but by many, by you and by me, by every soul who chooses love over hate, mercy over judgment, and faith over fear. Until we meet again, so now, we whisper back to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You ran your race with humility. You bore your cross with grace. You loved with the heart of Christ. Now rest. You are home, and we will carry on, not in your name, but in his, not with fear, but with courage, not in shadows, but in light. And one day we too shall see the Father's face. We too shall be welcomed home. Until that day, may our lives echo your final prayer. May we walk in love. May we live in peace. And may we never forget we are deeply, endlessly, unconditionally loved. Amen.